So we're based near to Manchester, just north of Manchester, near to where you've been before.
Yeah.
This is our office.
Yeah.
So at the top, I mentioned, is the sales, marketing, accounts, and at the bottom is where the manufacturing department is.
Yeah.
We also have.
So there are the floor underground.
No, this bottom floor here, the ground floor.
Yeah.
And we also, on the top floor, we also have a laboratory where we do R&D for improving the current products and making new products. Yeah. And I think it's good that we're based in one building like this because it means if we have an order, I can just go downstairs and coordinate, make sure that everything is as it should be. Yeah. So we have a number of certifications. ISO 9001, which is for quality standard. Yeah. 14,001 is environment, and 18,001 is health and safety. Yeah. So this shows that we're a responsible company, and working in the right way. Yeah. We also have partnerships with a number of universities, Manchester, Lancaster, and Warwick, and that's because although we have our own laboratory, it's quite small, so we partner with these to use their facilities.
Oh, okay. Understand.
Of course, the universities have really good research facilities, right. So we partner with them to improve our current products and also invent new ones. Okay. So we have a number of sort of values that we work towards. Particularly important is the one on the right hand side, customer satisfaction, because we know that the happier that customers are, the more products they're going to be able to sell and buy from us. So we will both be more successful like that. Yeah. So the satisfaction of customers is really important to us. Yeah. So in terms of what we do, we manufacture water quality instruments. So these can be used for just monitoring or also control of a process as well. Yeah. So our analyzers have the capability to not only give a readout, but also to control, for instance, like an industrial process.
Okay. So that means from a signal from the sensor to controller and output
to the pump, to like the dosing pump. Yeah. So the main applications that we provide for are drinking water, wastewater, industrial water, which can be a variety of different things. It can be the water used in the process. Or it can also be the waste from the industrial water. Yeah. And also swimming pools. We provide, especially in the UK where there's quite a lot of leisure complexes and hotels, we provide equipment for swimming pools as well. I don't know if you ever provide equipment for swimming pools.
Yeah, right, yeah. We already do, yeah.
Okay, so in terms of the products, we have just two models to keep it very simple.
That is for controller analyzer?
Yeah, just two different kind of analyzers. So we have the Kronos and we have the Cryos. So they're very similar, they look very similar. They're built to the same high standard. Every single analyzer is also hand inspected. The only difference really is the functionality. So the Kronos can have less sensors, the Cryos can have more, up to 4. The Kronos also has like a grayscale, no data logs that can be downloaded, and also can't have remote communications. Whereas the Cryos can have all those things, and it can also be expanded using expansion boxes. So we can have up to a maximum of 4, but we can actually have a maximum of up to 16 by using the expansion boxes. So they are basically more boxes that are the same, but without the colour screen. So it saves money on the LCD screen, because they're quite expensive. And it means that you can have up to 16 inputs and 16 outputs. So really that will cater for any application. Yeah. In terms of what it looks like on the screen, this is a typical main menu, which you can see is colour coded. So anything in white means that the system's fine. Yeah. In orange means it's in warning, so maybe it needs a calibration or some maintenance. Yeah. and red means that there's an error. So maybe the sensor's not connected, or there's some kind of communications error.
So with the state that they will output the signal.
Yeah, it can do if you want it to. It can output that signal. So it's very easy to see straight away if there's any problem with the analyzer, or if anything needs doing to it. So that was the main menu. We can also have set up a home page. So this is customizable, so you can set up whatever you want. This one here is just an example where you've got 4 sensors, and again it's
so in this model, maximum can 6 input, the analog input. Maximum
maximum 4. But if you have expansion boxes, up to 16.
16.
But only 4 fit on the screen. Again, it's color coded, so in black it's fine. In orange there's calibration or maintenance, and in red there's an error. And it also gives like the range at the bottom as well, so you can see the.
Let me. So this state calibration should be done or calibrate.
Either calibration needs to be done, or maintenance needs to be done. Some kind of maintenance needs to be done.
So in this case, in case we do calibration, during the process we do calibration, it will output what type of signal to inform us the different, the normal and calibration process and the alarm on.
Once you've done the calibration, the warning will go off. So the warning is on, and then once you've done the calibration, it will go off. But the calibration takes 30
because
seconds.
In our country, government request the device should be the informed to output 3 the state. One normal. One the calibration state and another errors.
But what I'm saying is this is even better because it tells you when the calibration needs to be done. And it also gives like the ranges at the bottom, so you can see the free chlorine is 0 to 5. So again, it's a really good way to visually see when something needs to be done with the analyzer. And if you click onto a tile, for instance, if you click on the pH, all of the information is contained in each tile for that section. So all of the information about pH is on the pH tile. If you click onto that, for instance, if you click on a free chlorine tile, so this is where the the warning states comes from, because it tells you when the calibration was last done and when it should next be done, and also the maintenance for a free chlorine is a replacement of some parts.
So this is the analyzer suitable and compatible with another sensor, another brand or not?
Yeah, we can have other sensors come in as long as they are 4 to 20 milliamp.
Understand.
So again, this gives you the range on the side, it gives you the readout, and it gives you the maintenance information. So this is very useful for users and engineers.
I use several the type of the analyzer, but your product have more detail about the information.
More detail. And also these we send out as default, but you can change them if you want to. So if you have a really dirty application or a really clean application, you can make it more or less often. And you can also disable it as well. If you want to just have your own maintenance schedule and you don't want it to output this, you can disable. So it can all be customized to what you want. We also have useful information for the wiring for engineers. So there's a connections page which shows here the second slot is highlighted, which means that these wires need to go in the second slot. So there's a number of cards in the analyzer, and this one shows it needs to go in the second.
So principle the same with the Analyser.
Analyzer,
they have the same concept.
And then it shows you which wire needs to go into which hole. So this is really useful for engineers. And when you were asking about some of the stuff that differentiates us from other brands.
Do you have the real product here?
I will show you.
Can you show me?
I will show you. I'm nearly done and then I'll show you.
Because I want to see this.
Yeah, sure. I'll show you. So when you're asking about differentiations, so maybe Anderson Hauser do this, but a lot of other companies don't provide this information. Similarly, other companies.
But normally, the one disadvantage of Anderson Hauser, they just accept the sensor from their brand.
Okay.
With the analyzer.
Okay, well, yeah, with ours.
They not accept a sensor from another brand.
Sure.
Because maybe they are big company, so they have enough range of sensor.
Yeah.
With the PI sensor, maybe you have small, you not enough the sensor range. So maybe you should accept sensor from another brand.
Yeah, well, we do. I mean, we do have a big range.
Yeah.
But sometimes people want to use other sensors,
or
they may also want sensors that we can't provide. For instance, ammonia. We don't provide ammonia, so for us we need to accept these.
In this case, because right now I have required from the plant in the power plant. They require ammonium at the moment. So I think about to use the analyzer this brand and the sensor from another brand.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't provide the ammonia analyzer, but if it's got a 4 to 20 output, then we can accept it. The same with flow meters. So we don't provide flow meters, but we can accept an input, and it will then.
But you mentioned about the flow meter, open channel ultrasonic or just the magnetic flow meter.
Either. As long as it has a pulse output or a 4 to 20, then we can display.
Can accept.
Yeah, we can accept.
Put all the analog.
And it will display on the screen the flow rate. So in terms of sensors, we offer a number of different sensors.
Or after that, I can get this slide or not? Presentation slide.
Yeah, sure. So we provide a lot of different sensors. But yeah, as you say, there are some on there we don't provide, like ammonia or aluminium, for instance, we don't provide. But all of these sensors we already provide. So yeah, that's it. We have quite a big range. I can tell you information about any particular sensors if you have questions about them. But that's kind of a bit of an overview about our company. And now I can show you the products itself. So this is a pH sensor. This one sedative. Suspended solids.
Most of your product are using the optic.
Yeah, optical. And this is the analyzer. You have the plug. So, as I said before, you can customize the home screen to be whatever you want. Here, I've put, instead of 4 parameters, I've put 3 and a graph, so you can put a graph in there. So this is now in alarm because this is an error. So that's
because no have a sensor.
Yeah, because the sensor not connected. So I can just get rid of that easily. So here's the menu screen. It flashes as you go through, so you can tell what you're looking at. And this one has a number of different sensors. This one is in warning because it needs calibration, and these saying in error. So to see the wiring diagram, so information or wiring, you would just click on that. Gives the information really easily. And then for the wiring, just options, and then to connections, and it tells you how to connect. So this time, this one is in the 4th slot rather than the second.
Yeah. So in case we use the extension box,
Yep.
so should open the cover and put inside or just
no extra. So the expansion box, the same size, just no screen.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper than having more with the same screen. Yeah. And then to go back, it's just menu, and then it gives you the menu thing.
Yeah.
And the home screen, like I say, you can set up to be whatever you want. You can have just outputs. You can have graphs. You can have whatever you want. It's fully customizable.
So in case if you want to get data from long time, how we can connect to get data?
Yeah, so the data logging, you can either have an output like a Modbus or 4 to 20, or we also have in here SD card. So you can put it onto your
SD card.
SD card, so you can put it onto your computer directly if you want to. So lots of different options for outputs. If you have more than 9 things attached, it's just an arrow there to give information about the rest of it. You can also hide tiles if you think the customer won't understand. See, you have show button there, has more tiles, whereas hide, it gets rid of a tile. So it can really be customized to whatever you want it to do. It's very, very flexible. When you asked before about differentiators to other brands, I think our system is easier to use because it's very, very easy to navigate through. And also,
so most of the tasks or modification we do on the panel, no need to connect with the PC for software
you don't need
configuration.
PC at all. Everything you can do on the analyzer.
Okay. Yeah.
Tức là nó đọc về rồi xuất nó ra luôn.
Có luôn. Không cần phải sử dụng máy tính. Okay.
Also, with lots of our sensors, they have automatic cleaning if needed. So this has
don't have that option.
That has automatic cleaning there. So down here goes either air
or
water, and then it goes across there.
Because we sell the wet global product for slug measurement. They have the same function.
The same here as well. The pinholes, they do it the same. They clean the windows here. The same for PH3. We have automatic cap that goes on the end and
for the cleaning. So I understand how to cleaning. This model how to cleaning.
Yeah. So can you see the holes? The small holes. They
that is the air.
Across the Okay.
So I see the advantage and some the new concept of the Analyser controller. How about the sensor?
The sensors.
Besides the function for automated.
So
some model I see brand they have same function.
So for the sensors, it depends on each sensor. For instance, the pH has the flat face. You notice the flat face, which means it's really easy to clean manually, just with like a towel, or really good for the automatic cleaning. The advantage of the turbidity, other than the cleaning, is a little bit more complicated. But basically, a lot of other brands use deionized water to do a 0 planes. We do ours a little bit differently because the light output is proportional to. So when you detect the light, if you output more light in the same sample, then obviously you detect more light, and the relationship is linear. So let's say you output 10. If you output 5, you will detect half as much.
Yeah.
So inside here, you can't see it, but inside we have a second detector. So we have one emitter, but we have 2 detectors. And what happens is when we do a calibration...
to compensate.
Yeah, no, not to compensate. When we do a calibration, the second detector measures the light output. So we output 100%, then 75%, then 50, and then 25.
Yeah.
So we extrapolate backwards, and we extrapolate to 0.
Yeah.
The advantage of this is that deionized water that many other brands use for 0 is not a true 0, because you can have little bubbles in the water, and also the water molecules, they actually scatter light a little bit as well.
Oh.
So our turbidity sensor is more accurate.
Yeah. So another sensor same or not? This.
This works in a similar way.
Yeah.
The advantage of this is the range is very high.
Okay.
It can go up to 8% solids or even higher sometimes. But this one is more accurate because, and this is a patented method, on this one.
Yeah.
So it works differently.
Yeah.
The free chlorine has advantage because it has. I will show you the free chlorine.
Yeah.
So this is the free chlorine sensor, and in here has a membrane. It's a membrane. Yeah. So in here we put electrolyte, and the electrolyte we use is pH independent. So the chlorine sensor is very accurate over a large pH range, which is an advantage of this sensor. Also.
Yeah. Because normally the chlorine and the pH depend on
so you have to measure pH for the chlorine. With ours, you don't need to measure the pH because it has a buffer inside the electrolyte. So it has a buffer which keeps the pH constant inside there. Also,
so normally we need to change it or not?
Yes, but only once per year. So it's very, very little maintenance.
Yeah.
So with this, the advantage is that you don't need to measure.
So we need input here.
Yeah, gel. Yeah, it's like a gel. Yeah, we provide the gel for you. It comes with the sensor, and then you screw that on. And the gel means don't need to measure pH, and the maintenance only once per year. The calibration more often, but the replacement parts only once per year. So this advantage of the free chlorine. We also have dissolved oxygen. Don't know if you use dissolved oxygen.
Yeah.
Again, this has this is the sensor and this the cleaning system.
Yeah.
And again, so you can use air or water, but we suggest to use air.
Put the air or water here.
We suggest to use air because an advantage of this sensor is that it has a self-checking. Because the air contains oxygen, when you blast across there,
maybe effect to the radar.
It checks for a response. And if it has a response, it knows that the sensor is still working. So it's a clever feature.
See the plastic?
Plastic, yeah.
So I see your product have particle sensor.
Yep.
So we should apply the particle sensor instead of the turbidity or the DSS.
Normally the particle sense is for like after filters to monitor if there's any breakthrough of bacteria through the filters. The particle sensors count individual particles.
But not normally to measure particle they should measure about the size of the particle.
Yes, yeah. We have the size ranges, yeah.
Okay. So
But this
depend
equipment-
on the size of detect. So
Yeah.
you will provide a suitable model.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have different size ranges,
Mm.
and the particle counter will tell you the size.
Understand. Yeah. Yeah.